Live from the Wayne L. Sumner Studios, WASU. Boom.
Good morning.
Morning. Good morning.
Oh, and in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Do you drink this every day?
Every morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, apartment. Good morning, doorway. Good morning, wall. Morning, ceiling. Good morning, floor. Ready to start the day.
You're listening to the Morning App on 90.5 WASU.
Good morning. Happy Wednesday to you.
Oh, the mic. Okay.
The mics
Oh, good.
are live.
We're live.
We are here this
We're
morning. I'm Scott with Justin and Phil. It's good to be with you. How are you guys doing this morning?
Doing great. We're doing great. Is mic like extra loud right now? Is it me, or is it just like?
I think we'll be good. We could potentially figure it out the next break, but
Okay. Phew.
I'm doing well.
We're doing great. Okay, Scott's on the board this morning. Nate, Kiera, and Lexi. Everybody's in. Is it Dallas?
Dallas.
Okay. At the little radio conference.
Big
right
D.
now. Yeah.
Yeah.
So good luck to them. They're doing great. Hopefully, I haven't really texted them yet, but we had to. Like, I guess like the only communication I've gotten with Lexi is that we had to go talk in a class like on Monday or
Yeah.
something like that. But
Yeah, Dan is there with them, and he's teaching Com 2315 Monday nights at 5 for half a semester to get involved with the radio station, and he's not here. So
Just
we're
regular.
going in to teach that class. So
are we just like talking for like a whole hour or something, or are we just like I don't really know. Like I'm just assistant news director, so I'm just gonna be like, okay, I do local, national, and campus
Yeah.
news, and that's it. I don't really know what to tell these.
I'm
guys.
sure Dan has communicated some sort of plan.
Hopefully.
It'll be fine.
Okay,
It'll be
cool.
fine.
I'm not gonna. I'm not like stressing over it, but I'm just like, okay.
Also, a lot of these, the students have done observation hours in here with us. Or
Uh-huh.
I haven't had any observation people, but
Oh really?
yeah. So
Oh,
I don't. Is that next Monday night?
next Monday.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like at 6 too. I forgot like how that class worked.
Yeah, I think it's from 5 to 6.
Yeah.
Like half a semester on
Uh-huh.
Monday, so it's coming to a close. It's almost over. They're probably gonna be taking the exam pretty soon.
Oh yeah.
But-
It didn't really like count for like an actual credit hour, did it? I
No,
can't
it
remember.
did.
It
Yeah,
did.
it's an
Oh.
hour.
Yeah.
I remember it was like an
Class.
S or something that was just like pass or something.
Yeah,
I
it's
can't
like
remember.
pass fail.
Okay.
But it's still you get credit for it,
Oh, okay.
which is
cool.
great.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just couldn't
So-
remember like how I worked freshman year with it because I like freaked out. It was like an S, and my mom was just like,
Yeah.
Did you like fail the class?" I was like, I don't know, but I guess I'm good.
Yeah.
Never mind then.
Now I'm doing well. It's fall now. It's pretty chilly. Last night, Scott and some other friends had an intramural soccer game, and it was pretty chilly. A lot of us came out and supported intramural sports.
So what were you wearing, Phil?
I was wearing, first of all, like a sweatshirt with no T-shirt under it. I
didn't
went
know you were-
with that look, and then I would just wore shorts that I'd been wearing all day, like gym
Uh-huh.
shorts. And then I had flip flops on, like rainbows. And so it was. Scott pointed out at one point, he was like, "This is the classic App State look where you're cold, but you don't really want to look cold." So I had like my hood on, and I was like huddled up with myself, like I was trying to
Of
get warm.
yourself?
And the grass was kind of wet, so rainbows were definitely, in hindsight, obviously I should have worn shoes, but it was
Yeah,
fine.
and
That was good.
the game was at 10 o'clock, so it was super
Yeah.
late.
Play that late?
It's the latest game, which is really
Why
late.
is it so late? Is it just like reserved off like only for you guys, like at that specific time? Like what do you
That's
guys?
just
do?
what the intramural league kind
Yeah.
of chose, I guess, to be able to get
Golly.
all the games in
Mhm.
this in a few weeks because the seasons are short.
Mhm.
They're just
Yeah.
about a month, but yeah, so it's like 50 to 60, low or high 50s when we're playing, which feels great
Yeah.
because I love fall.
Mm-hmm.
Chilly weather's coming. It's a beautiful
Yeah.
thing, but not when you're wearing flip flops.
But I was like, I don't know. You were like kicking a soccer ball with your flip flops.
Kind
Like, are
of.
you okay?
Yeah. I was like, we were throwing a football around.
Are your toenails okay? Like they're not ripped off or anything?
I washed
I just
my
couldn't
feet.
do it.
I washed my feet because they got pretty dirty. At one point, I think I took my shoes off, which
Okay.
wasn't a good look either.
Jeez.
Yeah.
But
Couldn't
yeah,
be me.
I don't know. Like I was debating when I was leaving between wearing like chacos and rainbows, and it just wasn't thought through. There's a lot of times when my wardrobe gets the best of me, and the elements show me my flaws.
It's good though.
Yeah,
Jeez,
it was fun.
I don't know. Just like Boone is just so hard to just dress up for. Like it's supposed to be 80 today, anyways. And I was just like, I'm just in class till like 12 right now, so I just like whipped out my sweater this morning because I don't know. It's supposed to be like 80 for like the next week too. Like I was like looking at like the 7-day forecast, like,
and sunny, no rain. It's really
where's
confusing.
the rain at too? It
I don't
has
know.
not rained at all. I'm kind of freaking out. Are we in a drought right now? Is Boone okay? Is
honestly
okay? Is this
like
climate change? Is this it?
Honestly,
I've been just like thinking to myself.
I think we kind of need some rain because there was a week, I think it might have been last week or the week prior, where it was supposed to rain like every day, and it just didn't.
It was supposed to like storm or something. That's what it was. It's like, oh, just storm chance like every day, and just nothing happened. And I was like, okay, just like wearing my jacket for no reason right now.
Yeah.
We're in that tough spot where if you get up early, if you have an 8 a.m., 9 a.m., it's really cold in the morning.
Yeah.
This right here.
Yeah, so you put on the sweater. But when you walk out of class a couple hours later,
it's hot.
We're all going to be like sweating.
It's 75 and sunny.
Exactly. 10 a.m. We're all going to be sweating right here. Like for the people that are like listening, like everybody in here's like wearing. Wait, both of you are actually wearing shorts.
Yeah.
And long sleeves. I'm just like.
You got it. This is like this is the
outfit.
perfect. Yeah. Are you wearing pants?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just scared that it's going to get cold, but.
Yeah. I mean, you'll be fine.
Hopefully.
You'll be good.
Gosh. But it's whatever.
I feel like you're not an App State student until you've had an experience like you had, Phil, last night, where you're not prepared for the weather. You're underdressed.
Whatsoever.
You're too cold, and you try to act like you're not cold. you try to convince yourself you're fine.
Yeah.
But you're just really cold.
Jeez.
I was pretty freaking cold last night. Like
just now, like.
But I was not gonna. I was trying to play it off. Like I knew it was gonna be cold. I still wore flip flops.
Before we left, I was like, "Yo, you gonna wear flip flops?" And Phil was like, "I'll be fine. I'll be good."
Yeah.
Phil's just like spilling on a tea. He's like, "Yep, this is actually how I really felt."
Yeah.
But I was good. Jeez,
But
it's tough.
Yeah. So now, I mean, I feel like also you never really learn from those times. Like for me personally, I'm probably gonna do that again sometime.
I'm like 4 years deep into college. I'm just like, whatever.
But it's almost socks
point.
and chacos season, which I'm excited about. There's a lot of
Socks and chacos. Explain.
Like wearing socks with chacos.
When is that season?
When is that?
It's right now. We're in it.
This is not it. It's like still 80 outside. Like, what do you mean?
True,
I feel like it's
true.
gonna be like colder.
At night it is. The last night socks and chacos would have been a perfect look.
Oh, okay.
But not throughout the day. Only if you're going out at night, like hanging out with friends, you're going to the parkway or whatever. Socks and chacos. Or you're going on a hike.
Socks and chacos. What about socks and Crocs?
Socks and Crocs works too.
Where's this conversation going? Wait, what?
Socks and Crocs works too. For
do you guys
sure.
own like Crocs? I just like never bought them because I was like, okay, but I feel like this is like a child thing or like, I don't know. You had to either be like a child or like over the age of 40 to buy Crocs. I don't know. That was just like the meme that I saw on Twitter, so I just like never touched it. But
I think Crocs are coming back in.
I have no idea.
Were they ever gone or?
I don't think
trending?
maybe they were never gone, but I see people wearing Crocs.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like you. I've never bought a pair of Crocs, but my older brother has always worn Crocs with socks, just completely unashamed.
Are they like?
And
are they comfortable?
Yes.
Yes, they
are
very
comfortable. It's like a slipper.
Yeah.
I mean, depending on how you wear them, you can, if you flip the little strap towards the top, they can be a little slip-on shoe. Flip it in the back, they can become kind of a, depending on how they fit your feet, they could stick to your feet, and
that's when you're like really going off-road and like you're trailblazing.
Jeez, I guess. Jeez, so so many options for it. I mean, I'll look into it when I get the chance. Like, aren't they expensive anyway?
I don't know if it's worth it.
Yeah, I don't
it's
know.
not.
Like I said, I haven't bought Crocs.
You guys just kind of gassed it up, and now you're saying that it's not worth it.
Well,
I have a pair of my brother's.
Oh, okay.
I got it as a gift. I've never like paid for it. So
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So just like
It's
ask
a-
for it for like Christmas or something. Okay,
Maybe.
I'll just like, it's fine. Noted. But yeah. I guess-
Whatever you're styling with this fall, App State, lots of options.
There's
Socks
lots
and
of
Crocs,
options.
Chacos and socks. There's a lot of options. But
The morning app on
We'll be
90.5
back.
WASU.
are just now joining us. Yeah, Kiera, Lexi, and Nate. They're in Texas right now at their little radio competition, hanging out with all the radio people, all the famous ones. Hopefully, they can find themselves a job or like some really awesome opportunity down there. But yeah, that's what's going on. In this segment, I got a question for everybody. So me and my roommates, we got into like a weird argument. It actually started like last week, like on Tuesday. Okay. My friend Jonathan, like he was just like, we were talking about, we're in this group message and like we have some lady friends that are just like, I'm the alpha in our house. I'm the beta. And I was like, okay, whatever. And then Jonathan like was just like, you know what? Hey, Justin, who like in our house, who do you think the alpha and the beta is? I only said this like jokingly, but like I only said it because I was like, okay, when it comes to like alpha to beta, like who's like the most indecisive to like who can like make decisions and stuff. And I was just like, okay, like I feel like my roommate Amari is like number one, then like me maybe like number two, but like I say like 50-50, like my decisions are like either like really bad or really good. And then like Kenny, he's like I mean he usually makes like decisions, but sometimes he's like, I don't care, it's like up to you guys. And then like John, he's like, okay, whatever. Like with like most things, like he like abstains. And I like made that joke. And then like last night we had like people over for like Taco Tuesday and stuff, and like John brought it back up, and then Kenny was just like, yeah, Justin, I feel like name one decision right now. And I was like, and like just start stuttering, and like everyone was like, oh, and I was like, okay, well, I don't really know. Am I really the alpha? That maybe I just
Man, they put you on the spot.
I know, and I was just like, dang, maybe I'm like actually like not that much like alpha material. Maybe I'm just a soft boy like this entire time. So like I know you two like live together, but like who's the alphas and betas inside your house?
Alpha and beta is like what I feel like what you're describing is not alpha and beta.
It's not. Like I just took it to like decision making versus like I don't really know like the actual definition really. Of, I'm just like trying to like soften it up so like you guys won't kill each other in the air. So
I think Scott is like will go with the flow regardless most of the time. But I'm not calling him the beta, but like I think that's an admirable trait. I'm sometimes a little less flexible, I feel like. I'm by no means a good decision maker, but I think Scott would defer a little bit more to other people to make decisions.
This is interesting because there's only two of us in our apartment.
I thought there was like more people.
So there's just two of us. We have, long story short, there was supposed to be four of us. The place we were going to live, I messed up the paperwork. It was all my fault.
So messed up the paperwork? Wait,
I don't know.
Wait, you gotta explain, bro. What do you mean?
So we had a meeting with this potential landlord where we were hoping to live, all four of us together. And Phil and I were calling a basketball game for WASU on the day of that meeting, so we couldn't go. So we did our paperwork all together. We printed it out. I feel like we filled it out pretty much together, so that's why I'm so confused with how I messed it up. But our friend Reynolds went to the meeting, took all of our paperwork, and I got a call about 5 minutes before
tip-off. Or we were going on air.
Yeah, before our pregame show when we were going on air. And he said, hey, Scott, you
starting out that way.
Yeah. Hey, man. I was like, oh, shoot, this is going to be good. And he said, turns out you're missing a form or two. And Phil and I are like, we're about to go on air. We can't handle this. I was like, I could go after the game. Can you see if she's flexible and able to work with us? But this is a pretty popular place to live, so they were really strict with meeting times, and their spaces fill up quickly. And so we had to have all the paperwork there. We needed to do everything during that meeting. And when I didn't have the paperwork, the option then became for the three others, they could live there and get a random fourth, or we could all drop out. And so because it was my fault, I was like, man, it's all on me. If you guys want to, if you can live there if you want, I'll find a separate space.
They were that strict? Like, just because you missed that one meeting, there's like, nope.
Yeah, whatever form it was, which is so weird. I don't know.
It must have been, you probably would have filled it out if it seemed really essential. I don't think it was
What was the form then? Just
Oh,
like,
I have no idea.
No clue.
We'll never know.
Just never know.
We'll never know.
But
yeah.
Gosh, something that important? You're just like, nope. Okay, you cannot live here anymore. You're not here to fill out that form.
yeah. Well, there were other people behind us, and our room essentially opened up for other people, which is great because we started to look back. Ended up, they decided to drop it, and we all looked for a new place. And we found, we now live at Brown Heights, and it's a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, and we were able to do it, live right next to each other. So it's the same 4 of us. We're just side
There's
by
a
side
wall.
in our own places,
Oh.
which is awesome because we don't have to share a fridge with 3 other people.
Mm-hmm.
We got
Big
2
facts.
fridges, 2 sinks, 2 washer and dryer for
Yeah.
each. So it's really
It's
awesome.
also
and
more
it's cheaper.
affordable. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it really worked
It
out.
worked out great.
But so there's just the 2 of us in our place. Alex
Yeah.
and Reynolds live right next door. I think in terms of alpha and beta, it's really it's
Here we
hard
go back into
'cause-
the conversation.
yeah,
now.
rolling back into what we were talking about. I say we're similar in a lot of ways, but we're also different too.
Mhm.
So Phil probably takes more of a, but I don't know, because you say you're not great at decisions. Because I feel like when I think of an alpha personality or person, I think of somebody who's pretty knows what they want, and decisive. So
Yeah.
I'm a little confused.
Yeah. I
on
mean,
that.
would you say that I make decisions pretty quickly?
Sometimes. The
Yeah.
other thing is, I feel like a lot of it.
It's
a lot of
it's
it
always
depends on the
sometimes.
Yeah.
It's not consistently. There's times when both of us make decisions together. There's times both of us make decisions separately. But I feel like for the most part, there's a lot of game time decisions in our household. That's the thing. That's the bottom line
last second
here.
or something.
Like last second. So yeah, there's a lot of we'll figure it out. Yeah, I feel like
just very relaxed.
I'm
most
less
the
of a
time.
planner than you, I think, but you think about things ahead of time more than I do, and that last night is a perfect example. Me wearing flip-flops to that game, Scott was like, "Dude, what are you doing? You're gonna be cold."
Hey, I've been there before.
Yeah, and I was like, "No, I'll be good. And so, yeah, that's something I've learned a lot from Scott is to think through those things, and it's good to think through those things.
I feel like I'm conducting a therapy conversation or something. Both of you are just gassing each other up. No one wants to hurt each other's feelings. And just
Someone
Yeah.
just needs to break the ice. Say what's really going on.
I don't think there's no alpha whatsoever inside y'all's household. There's just too much love here. So you're just nah.
I mean,
it's
there's
pretty
tension
chill.
sometimes.
But the other thing with having just a 2-person apartment, I feel like there's more of a space to almost not have to have a dominant personality to tell people what to do,
Mhm.
because
Versus
We
4 people
don't-
in my
Right,
place.
right, exactly.
because you guys probably worry and have to think about man, the sink is dirty. There are a lot of
Mhm.
dishes here.
Mm-hmm.
I need somebody to clean that up, and those aren't my dishes. We don't.
Yeah.
Really the arguments we have every day. So I'm just
Yeah.
wow.
So
Yeah,
with
there's-
just 2 people, we have a lot less of that because a lot less dishes.
Right. That's a
And-
great point. Yeah, there's not as much stuff to do.
So the
Really.
traits of an alpha person, can we just talk about that? So
Yeah.
I can just think about it in
Yeah,
my
yeah.
head and be okay, who's actually the alpha person inside my house? Is it just decisions and then just making things happen on top of that?
Decisions.
And then is there anything else? Any other traits?
I feel like alpha to me has the connotation of domineering
Yeah.
and being the overlord of the household, which isn't what we're talking about.
Like the
I don't
captain of a
think.
team.
The captain of a team. That's
Which
a better
done
way to put
right
it.
can have
Right.
great leadership,
Mhm.
and just like any group of people having leaders and followers,
Right.
and as long as the leader is good at leading and actually promotes
Mhm.
other people, can be
Yeah.
good. But yeah, unhealthy alpha.
Yeah. Which I don't think there's an unhealthy
There is
alpha
no alphas
in your.
now I think about it. It's there really isn't. We're just kind of all the same.
That's good.
Jeez,
Yeah.
why did we even bring up this conversation? Our house is falling apart. I've just been roasted the past 3 days, and I'm just gosh, I should have never said anything. But here we are. Happy we finally talked about it and stuff, but it's okay.
Yeah, I don't think I don't think alpha has to have a negative connotation to it, because a lot of we can think of the dominating personality, which does come across negative.
It does.
But
Yeah.
hey, I mean, crap happens. We're here.
Yeah.
Now that I
We're
can
here
just
for it.
talk about it to my roommates later on today, be like, hey, we actually talked about it on the show. Like, we're good. Nobody's dominant. I'm not dominant. Probably like a beta now. I think about it because I'm just like very chill and just like I just go with the flow most of the time as well. So I'm like, whatever.
It's a good way to be.
Yeah. Also, we have like a voting system. You guys like vote in your all's household and like things, or like flip a coin?
so yeah, say an example like of what?
I don't know, like
Just anything?
we like have people over. Like sometimes like we want like quiet time on our side of our house, and
Yeah.
sometimes we'll be like, hey, let's like have a gathering, like kickback or like a party or whatever, and then like we'll like usually like vote, even if it's like 3-1, like the one person that like voted against it, like okay, whatever, I guess I'll go along with it. Do you guys like usually do anything
It's
like
again,
that?
it's 2 people, so it's like we usually just talk it out.
There's no like flip a coin or anything. Like what if like one person like does not want to do it and like one person like really does want to do something?
Well, like,
Has that like situation even like come up yet?
I don't think so.
well, in terms
Oh.
of like 2 people doing something together,
Yeah. Or like
I mean, I feel like we're pretty good about just saying like, hey, I don't want to do that,
Yeah.
so I'm not going to.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
And
good.
I mean,
There's
I'm sure there have been situations where there's been,
Like,
some sort of conflict or.
like I'm not
difference of
trying to go
interest.
to that. Is there anybody ever like, nah, I'm good?
yeah.
Or like, yeah.
Mhm.
Although I will do things if like somebody flips a coin. Oh, I do things all the time where it's like, well, if this happens, I'm gonna do it for sure.
Yeah.
Whether that's a coin flip or just like a sign that I am feeling. Like,
That's fine. See like a shooting star, like yep.
no, not
That's it.
like something really small. Be like, yeah, I like if I'm reading a book, for example, and the chapter ends on this next page, then I'll get up and wash the dishes. But if it's not, then I'm not gonna do it because
Yeah.
like whatever.
It's a game time decision.
Yeah, that phrase we
These
throw
guys are
around.
game time decisions.
It's a game time decision. We'll see, when it comes to it, but
Yeah.
you never know. Interesting though to think through like dynamics with people.
Hmm. I don't
But-
know. It would be interesting if all 4 of us lived together.
It would. That would change a lot.
Because Reynolds, our other roommate, shout out to my man Reynolds and Alex, but Reynolds, that
Reynolds.
man will do anything. Like if you're like
Yes.
Reynolds, we got a group going to the Parkway. He doesn't know any of them. He's like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm down.
It's amazing.
I'm
It's a
gonna be there.
beautiful thing.
Yeah, it is awesome.
It doesn't
Like,
matter who's
extroverts.
there, how many people, what
Yeah.
they're doing. He's just like,
Okay.
I'm coming.
But
and
he's
I'm gonna
also
get-
but
like, I'm gonna
he's
have
also
fun.
like if he has studying to do or something,
Like he'll like actually
he'll be like, nah,
time
I gotta
aside.
study for this test.
Word.
But most of the time he'll be down.
I want to meet this man. Shoot. Okay.
Reynolds.
Awesome.
You have to meet him
Let's do
soon.
that.
But this is Morning App. We'll be right back.
The Morning App on 90.5 WASU.
Wednesday morning. I'm Scott, along with Justin and Phil, filling in for Nate,
No pun intended.
Lexi.
Was that a pun right there, or was like no pun intended?
No pun intended.
Oh, okay. I was just checking.
But I say a lot of puns, or at least in my head if I don't say them out loud, about fill and filling in. So there's a word. I'm trying to think of the word I use when I'm talking about like fill. There is a word. It's like fall, but I say like filling. Wait,
what?
Yeah, there's a different word, and I can't think about it. I can't remember.
It'll come.
Which word it is. It's gonna come at some point. But it's a word similar to fill, with like a one vowel difference, and I change
Fold. We're not gonna get.
I'm trying to think
and
what you said.
I change it so it's like I throw in Phil's name because it kind of still sounds like the word.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're filling in for Nate, Lexi, and Kiera in Dallas.
Yeah, they're still doing that. We were supposed to have Gray this morning, but
Great.
Gray didn't show up.
did he just like
He
text you a
slept
second
in.
ago?
He
literally just woke up.
texted us and said, "I just spaced."
Well, what does that mean? I was just like, were you just like in bed? You just like hit snooze and spaced out or something? Like,
Yeah.
I just want the definition of space. I guess I'll just like ask him later. But I mean, no biggie. Like we're doing great right now. Scott's board hopping.
Good.
He's killing the game.
Killing it.
I'm no Nate
Yeah.
or Lexi,
Hey, but
but
you're Scott.
I am Scott.
Mhm.
Okay.
Try my best.
You don't need to be any of them.
That
Be
is
yourself.
true.
And you're doing great right now. I just want to tell
Appreciate
you.
it. You are too.
That. Yeah, thanks.
Rocking the
Yeah,
sweater.
you're killing it too,
Yeah.
Philip. Everybody's
Thanks,
killing it
Justin.
today.
Even
I'm
Gray.
feeling great. Yeah,
You know?
yeah, Gray.
Even Gray.
Gray's
He's
doing
chilling.
great.
He's thriving in bed right now. I hope he's listening, honestly. But yeah,
He's tuned in. That was his alarm,
All right.
probably. Like
Also,
it probably was.
I love when people use. I don't know if saying "I love" is the right way to go about this.
Scott, what?
But I think it's hilarious when people use like super vague reasons for not doing something.
like
So,
what?
if,
What?
like Greg,
Like I spaced.
I just sorry, I can't come today. I just spaced out.
Like, but what's that?
Exactly. We have no idea what that means.
I feel like he just literally hit snooze and just like laid there. Like, dang.
But it's
like-
up for
It's like
interpretation.
8:30.
Or so, I mean, yeah, it's probably just forgot, but there's room for interpretation there.
We had like a whole group message. He didn't forget. He definitely. Oh no.
He like
Right.
seemed pretty excited yesterday.
Yeah.
Like we texted, he was like, "Yeah, I'm excited. Let's go." And yeah, he's snoozing.
Hey, we'll
you
have
know,
another chance on Friday or something.
True.
Yeah. If you guys feel like coming back on here,
It's a long,
I'm down.
it's a
Have you
week-long
guys-
trip to Dallas. You know.
Yeah.
I really don't want to talk on here by myself. Like Nate said, like he was like, "Hey, you can do it if you want to." I was like, "Nope."
Do a
you got
solo
Loopy.
show.
Heck no.
I would- hey, I would
Loopy,
tune in.
I get top.
I would for sure
I would
tune
tune
in.
in.
Really? Oh, okay.
It's
It's like me talking to
Yeah,
myself.
yeah,
just
it would
like
be
me and my
great.
thoughts.
It's really hard to do a one-person show, though. I have a
really
lot of
is.
respect for Nate for doing that.
It
But
is. I can't just talk
It'd be hard.
forever. That's hard. I need somebody to be there with
Yeah.
me.
My first halftime show doing a sports broadcast. I was board hopping and I was all hyped up about it. I was like posting on social media, like tune into the halftime show, and the broadcast was going well. And I got to that halftime show and it was a train wreck. Like,
Wait, what?
like I just stumbled over my words. We were playing Mars Hill College and maybe not an exhibition. It was first game of the season in basketball. And I was looking at Stat Broadcast, which doesn't have the name of the mascot. It just says Mars Hill versus App State and then all the stats. So I was
I can see.
I
where
was
this is
on the
going.
fly, like App State 80 or App State 62, Mars Hill 55 at halftime. The blank, I literally forgot what their mascot was, and I was looking at the screen because it has a picture of the mascot, and to this day I don't know what it is. But
What
it
was it?
it looked like a cougar or something, and it was so bad, y'all. Like
What'd you say, like tiger or something? What do you
I
mean?
think I said, I was like, and the Mars Hill,
Everybody
the
just
Mars
kinda
Hill Cougars.
Like on the announcements.
On
and
the
everything?
broadcast, I was live. My
Just
mic
like
was
right
hot.
here.
Right here. I was sitting in that chair right there, and I was
my
like, "Oh
gosh.
shoot!" People probably tuned into that.
Like, did like anybody call or like correct you or anything?
No, I mean, like the rest of it went on. I tried to recover from it and failed, and the rest of it, my confidence was shaken. It was
Flustered.
one of my first times on air, and like after I got off, I sent it back to Holmes Convocation Center, and Josh was on play-by-play, and he was just like, "Good job, man." And to myself, I was like, I was thinking to myself, "Oh my gosh, like, thanks, man."
Josh is just like being sarcastic, just like trashing.
No. I mean, like, I think confidence is huge in this business.
It is.
You have to be confident in what you're saying, and at times, even today, I'm not, and it shows. But like in that circumstance, Josh is like, "Man, this guy's young. He's
learning.
He's learning. Like, I got to give him a confidence boost." But I know that wasn't great.
Man,
But-
I mean, I've had terrible board op situations too. I remember last year, like, I was like still like the promotions intern here, and who was out on who was it? I think it was Mackie. He was like doing like a live thing, and I did not. That's why I get so nervous doing like board op because I was going to do it this morning. I'm just like, nope. I like got scarred from this like one situation. Like, Mackie was like live on the lawn when duck pond was like a thing, and they're like, "Okay, Justin, you got it." I was like, "Yep." I was like counting it down. I was like 3, 2, and I like already hit it. And like Mackie was like talking to the mic like on the lawn, just like, "Am I on? Am I?" And he was like started freaking. I was like, "Wait," because he like hear himself and stuff. And I was like, "Ah!" So like ever since then, I was just like, "Nope, I'm just gonna stick to like my DJ hours and just like chill." That's why I was just like, "Nate, you got it over there, bro. If I like really have to, like I'll do it, but just like high pressure situations kind of crumble. At least like with radio, because I'm just like, there's like I don't know how many people are like listening,
Right.
usually, and you're like, oh wow, this is WASU, and you're like messing up.
Thousands.
Thousands
Driving
of
around
people.
Boone.
That's like how it was when I first got here. Like when I first started doing like DJ stuff, I was like, oh my gosh, just like thousands of people like listening. Maybe probably like maybe 500, maybe 300. Who knows?
Who knows?
Maybe 2.
When I started my DJ shift, my first semester was during my freshman year, and I had the shift from 11 p.m. to midnight, Monday and Tuesday nights. Brutal. I lived in Coltrane. I would walk over here, and I would do my shift, from 11 to midnight. And some of my cousins heard that I was on air and were tuning in online through our website. And so I would be doing my breaks like WASU around like here worldwide.
Yeah.
Guess so.
I wouldn't say my cousin to try to make it seem like, man, people are tuning in from everywhere. Be like, we got Lewis from Gainesville's tuned in. It's just like my cousin.
Yeah.
I can't remember how. I remember doing a break, kind of shouting him out, trying to make it like gas up WASU.
Yeah.
Man, it's just worldwide from Gainesville, Georgia, man. It's just,
Yeah.
But,
That's pretty
hey,
funny.
it's a cool learning opportunity experience for all of us.
I feel like we all like went through like that hot stuff phase where it's like, yeah, I'm a DJ.
I'm on
at
WASU.
Like, dude, I remember I used to like always take selfies like 11 o'clock at night. Like, yeah, I'm doing this right now.
Tune in.
Gosh, and now we're
Yeah.
just like, whatever. I'm
Man.
waking up 8 a.m.
Morning app.
Yeah, I share like a stream now. Like,
Yeah,
Share the
Somebody
live
started.
video.
App TV,
Check us out.
Facebook.
I feel so cool when I do that too. I'm just like, yeah, my aunts and uncles are seeing this. Like, yeah, Justin's like actually doing stuff in college. I'm just like, see that,
Yeah.
other cousins? Yeah, what up? But I don't know. It's pretty awesome. Like now I
Yeah,
think about
yeah,
it.
for
but-
real.
Yeah. Have y'all's families like been pretty tuned in to like whenever you're on air?
My mom watches it all the time.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
randomly. Like she doesn't like watch it like live, but like she'll like
it's
watch it
recorded.
later. Yeah. Thank
Yeah.
God for App TV and the big man upstairs. Yeah. He's watching just like, yep.
Andrew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys like family members like ever
Yeah.
comment on them usually?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, less of the DJ shifts
Mhm.
or more for like kind of the sports broadcasting. I would say
Mm-hmm.
when it's a little bit more of a longer period of time, or just
Yeah.
I don't know.
Can
Kinda
I like,
depends
hop
on
on
the
that
time.
show sometime? Like I've been like thinking about it.
Sports
Like
rap?
just
Dude,
just
yeah.
for like South Carolina game, I think I might go to that. But other than that,
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I'm
I
planning
don't
on
know.
going.
I just
love
don't
to
really
have you.
talk. Do you guys like go like in depth like with the stats?
Sometimes.
I've been on once this semester, so.
Is it a lot? Just be honest. Like,
Well, I've been trying to, like, the shows that I've hosted, I've been trying to get away from, like, talking about stats and stuff and, like, going in depth about stats and just more of what your opinions on certain things are, because everybody has thoughts. And so, like, yeah, love to have you.
okay. Like, I just remember, like, we were, like, on the sideline for, like, the UNC App State game.
It was
Like,
so
Christian.
much fun.
It was awesome. But, like, I remember just, like, overhearing, like, Christian and, like, Grader, like, talking about, like, some type of stat for, like, one player's like, God,
Yeah.
I could never be on that show. They'll, like, rip me in half.
You don't have to.
Yeah, it needs to be.
No.
Like,
Okay. Like, I was just like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, Corey Sutton, yeah, he's back. And you're like, oh, yeah, he's like, averages, like, this many yards. And I was like,
Yes, he does. He does
I'm
do
just, like,
that.
recording. Just like, I hate
Sports.
Gosh.
Sports.
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah.
It's
Jeez.
Yeah. But there's also, I think there's a lot of, like, human interest stories in sports, too, which are fun to talk about on the air. Like, I'm trying to think, like, Kyle Allen, who's the quarterback for the Panthers, started this past week. He's an undrafted free agent, was a backup in college. And so, like, there's an underdog
really?
story there that people can relate to. And
He was undrafted?
yeah, he started for the Panthers last week and won. But
He's
there's
killing it. He's starting this week, too,
yeah,
right?
yeah, for sure. And there's
hey.
just
I'm excited for that game.
yeah.
Wow.
So
Hopefully
it'll
we
be
do
fun.
well.
Sports.
Oh, here we go.
See, we were
Sports.
going to talk about sports. Justin
I'm
brought
sorry.
it in.
No,
My bad,
but it's
my bad.
okay,
Please don't
'cause-
tell Nate and all them. Okay. Oh,
no worries.
I'll just like
No problem at all. I'm just joking.
No worries at all. No worries. Here's No Scrubs on the morning app.
These crazy college kids, they don't know what they're talking about.
The Morning App on 90.5 WASU.
morning. We are rolling down morning app. A few more minutes here before 9 o'clock. I know Justin's got his public speaking class.
Yeah.
I've got my media sales class.
Oh.
Philip, what class do you have at 9?
I got a breakfast at Melanie's class, but then I have a class at 10.
Man, is it actually like good though? Like I'm just wondering. I haven't eaten at like any of like the actual like good breakfast spots in Boone, like other than like Boone Bakery, but like
Yeah.
it's like basic. But I don't know.
I think it's pretty good. I prefer Sunrise, but Melanie's is.
I struggle with having preferences in terms of like breakfast places because they're all
pretty similar.
especially sit down when there's breakfast menus are pretty much the same, right?
Across the board.
In
It's
a lot of
just
ways,
like
there are varieties.
Yeah.
And I get that, but I'm not super particular, I guess, when it comes to. Nor do I really know when something is this
Good.
much better than this. So, I mean, I like it all.
Yeah, I mean, I think I find myself getting the standard breakfast wherever I go. Usually, like eggs, bacon, or like sausage,
Turkey, stuffing.
yeah. I don't know what I was thinking there, but yeah, having that and then like an English muffin, and it's like that's just standard.
Very. Jeez. I mean, I guess, yeah.
But I'm thinking about getting some pancakes this morning. Switch it up a little bit.
Switch it up.
Is that really like the switch up, like for real?
No, if I'm feeling like, if I'm trying to flex with what I get an omelet with a bunch of different flavors in it. But I don't know. I'm not a great orderer of breakfast, I would say.
Oh.
Orderer? Did you say orderer?
Like, is that an actual
Orderer.
Orderer. Is that
like an hors d'oeuvre but without the herb?
Is that a word?
I'm not good at placing orders at.
But is that a word? Order?
I know. I get what you're saying. But
Yeah,
it's a
I get
funny
what you're
word.
saying too. Wait, sorry, Philip. I was just okay. No, I was just wondering. Like, I was like,
No, it's totally okay. I don't know if it's a
looking at each other
word.
like,
I was just throwing it in there,
Oh no,
keeping you guys
Well, I've
awake.
definitely said it before. I've definitely.
Yeah.
said
I have
orderer.
too, but I'm just like, isn't an actual word?
I don't know.
It's just a goofy sentence. I'm not a very good
Orderer.
orderer.
I'm not a good orderer.
I'm not great at ordering.
There you go.
I feel like
That's
is that noun? Like, I'm not a good orderer.
Order.
Order.
It's like I'm not a good person. It's a noun.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
Yeah,
not a good
okay.
orderer.
Yeah.
Hey, orderer. I'm Scott.
But
I'm about to Google this right now. Wait.
yeah, Melanie's at 9. Principles of Accounting, 10.
Walk through your day.
World Empires
History.
at 11. Great class.
It's gonna be a beautiful day.
It's gonna be a great day.
Chilly this morning.
It's probably like 10 degrees warmer
Yeah, probably
outside
so.
now.
We'll never know.
Wow, it's a noun. Okay, it's a
Is
word.
it a noun?
It's a word.
Order.
Let's
Order.
go.
Come on.
It just looks so
Come
funny,
on.
like reading it. Order, and then it's like another ER.
Order,
like,
or-
okay. Order.
Yeah.
Order.
Makes
Learned
sense.
a new word today.
You thought you were creating words.
Yeah,
and you're
sorry,
just-
I didn't mean to like make you insecure or anything. Sorry. Like, he's for like people
Nah,
that are like
I'm-
listening, like he
I'm-
just kind of was like, and I was like, sorry, Phil.
I'm
Yeah.
not hurt at all.
Okay.
It was, it was
I was
great.
just checking. I didn't want to like cause like a rift between us or anything over
Yeah,
a word.
we're good.
Okay.
We're good.
Sounds good, man. I just gave you like a. We just did like
Just
an
a little
upside
dap up.
down
But that works though, because Justin, you got a good class, man. You got to go to Walker.
Yeah. Wait, is this my?
This
Last
we got
call.
a little
Last call.
walkout
This
song.
is like my new intro, but like only
Oh.
for today, guys. Wait, I like this.
Also, shout out for making the new intro of the morning.
Yeah, it was
Last
good.
time-
It was like
Man.
my it was a collab between me, Lexi, and my roommate. My roommate's like kind of like
Yeah.
into making beats and stuff, so we did it. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming on to the show, Scott.
Yeah,
Means a
absolutely.
lot. Same to you, Philip.
Yeah, absolutely,
For
man.
being on the morning app.
I guess this is it. This is where I leave.
It's your last call.
Hi, man.
Last call.
Okay. I'm taking off the headphones to everybody. Good morning, good evening, and good night. Okay, bye.
Justin Lundy, everyone, leaving the show.
Leaving the show.
Hope he has a great day. And and he is walking out the door.
Hey, there's nothing better than having a walk out song
Yeah.
or a walk up song.
Yeah, like
Whatever,
baseball.
whether it's baseball, whether you're. I really don't want to turn the song off.
Yeah, you let it ride out.
We might let it ride out. But yeah, dude, having a walk out song, walk up song. Do you have one that you would go with? Ooh,
Yeah,
I was excited that little
pause.
Come on.
I'd say I'm a fan of like instrumentals, having instrumentals in. There's some random pauses.
in here. I gotta hear this song.
But I'm a fan of like instrumentals as walk-ups.
Yeah.
I can't think of an example right now, but
This was a hot topic of discussion in my family.
mhm.
We would always ask, what would your walk-up song be?
Yeah. So
And-
you got it locked and
Well,
loaded.
there's a lot. There's a song right now that my sister Meg and I listen to a lot, that we just dance to a lot. And
Vibe too. Yeah.
yeah, one of my favorite moments of the semester so far has been driving Meg and one of her friends, Virginia. They live in Eggers. Rolled up to that new parking deck, and we just kind of classic video,
Yeah.
Doors of the car open, turn it up. The song is called DJ Turn It Up,
Yeah.
which is pretty much just like instrumental beat, and just breaking it down in the Eggers parking lot.
That is
So
awesome.
that could be an option for a walk-up song.
Yeah.
I think this Last Call, Kanye West, is a great walk-out song. Just
Walk-out
like
song.
It's a good
Yeah.
call on your part.
Yeah.
That-
Making the wall for like this is from
Yeah.
the sports rap wall, and just thinking about music to like talk over.
Oh yeah.
I feel like it makes such a difference when I equate it to like when something's going on in a movie, like you hear the music in the background, but in the moment they don't hear the music. So it's like in Remember the Titans, that's fresh on my mind. So in that movie, there's like in the really intense moments, there's like inspiring music playing underneath it, but the actors don't hear that. But like now with radio, you get to create that. You get to create that underneath it. It's pretty fun.
It is a pretty sweet thing. Hope you have a great breakfast.
Yeah.
Time's winding down on the morning app. We'll be back on Friday. Hope you have a lovely Wednesday. See you Friday.
These crazy college kids, they don't know what they're talking about.
The morning app on 90.5 WASU.